so that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. Let's get back to here. Okay. We have a maneuver coming up. This is no good here, but we do have a maneuver coming up. Give me 5 minutes warning. Add that alarm. So we got a maneuver coming up in 5 hours and 4 minutes. That seems fine. We're going to do another quick save. We're going to head out for that maneuver. This is turning into an adventure. I was able to get a refill from a crashed vehicle during a rescue, so that was weird. Yeah, I don't know why that wasn't refilling. I had that happen once before. I don't know if it has to do with these capsules. That somehow, because though these capsules don't have a monopropellant reserve, that somehow it gets messed up. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. Leaving Kerbin again. How are they doing for radiation exposure? 2% of a lethal dose of radiation. That's fine. And they're not at all stressed. This will hopefully be the last home for this stupid asteroid. But oh my goodness, they're not making my life easy. Okay, we are at our maneuver. And hopefully I'm still controlling from the right thing. Control from here. Yep. Because this is the thing that provides thrust. I made sure to turn this engine off. I've done that trick more than once. Where you have two different vessels docked, but you have both their engines going, so they actually are fighting each other. Oh boy, it takes a while for this thing to turn around. I'm assuming all of these, I got multiple reaction wheels at the front. I'm assuming they are all on. Yeah, that one's on. That one's on. Yeah, it's all glamour with the asteroids until you do something dumb. They are a pain to move around. Okay, so watch it from here. Again, the main purpose of this is to get that inclination as close to 90 and a low periapsis so we can get some near space asteroid science too. Oh, come on. I'm trying. You can just look here where my yaw pitch indicators are in this thing. I was over torqued. I'm going past and I'm really reluctant to keep using monopropellant because we are tight for monopropellant. Because I've used it too much in all of the adventures with this asteroid. Oh, for goodness sakes. Where are you going? I had too much momentum and I went right past where also rolling. Let's stop that. Oh, I bet you everyone's going to be happy to see this asteroid just parked and done, and then we're going to get those folks home. And I was hoping to actually get to another mission. I have a second contract here to do, Jeb, to do some flight training with some from Kerbals back on the surface, but I think this is going to take up all of the time just doing this. And I have an idea for some probes to collect some more science, but oh well, next week. Next week. I don't think there's any gimbling on this engine either, right? No. Nuclear engines are never gimbaled. Oh, the capture, she's going to be fun, I tell ya. So we got trying. There's so much momentum. It's just hard to aim it. Okay. I think if I'm anywhere in the vicinity, I'm just going to go for it. Okay, just go. Start giving some thrust. What do people think? Does that look I think that's good enough. Okay, so we're going in again in the right vicinity. We have... Oh, turn SAS off. Charge up those batteries again. There's the moon. At least we're close by to it this time. So let's again alarm for that SOI change. This time it's coming up in 4 hours. I'm hoping that that actually makes some degree of sense. Should. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy. Got nonsense in the chat. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Where's the moon? Here comes the moon. Okay. Oh, we got another warning for another solar storm. We do seem to get a lot of them. It's a good thing these guys have dozens of days of food, because I'd be in trouble if it wasn't that case. You know what I might just do? I'm just thinking about this. We'll see. Because if we're just riding around on this thing because the tourists wanted it. Let's get into the SOI. I'll explain what I'm thinking about. We're riding around on the asteroids because the tourists wanted to ride around. Oh, I guess we want to get into near space. So we want to keep a scientist in near space. Let's get another EVA report. Again, no monopropellant on Mac the G. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think this is the trick. Is you take Mac the G and switch. Okay, let's try EVAing again. Nope, no monopropellant. No, thankfully, we have lots and lots of... Let's try that. EVA pack. EVA Mac. Mac is my scientist, so that's why I keep using her. Now she has monopropellant. Okay. Let's go over there, get that asteroid sample in high space about the moon. Take a sample. Nice. Okay. Return. Because here, and then I'll explain what I'm thinking about. Well, I got a feeling she's below. Gotta find her hatch. There we go. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking about. Pushing this thing around, a big reason why this is such a pain is because we got this big ship here attached to it. But the only reason it was attached was for the tourist contract and collecting science. We could really dispose of that right now. I'm just worried this capture is going to be a real pain. That's what I'm worried about. What is my inclination, by the way? Do I have it up here anywhere? 91 degrees, that ain't bad. But I'm worried this capture burn is going to be a major pain in my back end. And I don't want to... That should be good enough. What I'm considering is detaching these folks, getting them on their way back to Kerbin. Oh, for goodness sakes. Sorry. I got more. It's a spammy day, unfortunately. Who is it that clicks on these things? That's what I want to know. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here we go. Back to this again, is detach this, get them on their way back to Kerbin. That will make the asteroid easier to maneuver for this thing. And then... Because I'm worried about this capture. It's a 1 minute and 13 second burn at full thrust. I'm thinking that's a plan. I'm thinking that's a plan. So what? Let's check out our fuel situation and all that stuff. Make sure these guys are loaded up. So liquid fuel. Nuclear engine just need liquid fuel. For some reason, it's not showing me where the tanks are. There we go. So they're like at half. They're pretty good. And monopropellant. They need a little bit of monopropellant for docking. I do have a station. And they do have a little bit of monopropellant for docking. And I think it's good enough. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do that. I think it just only makes sense to undock here. Yeah, you're going to get a change in the center of mass of this ensemble. The ensemble's the right thing, but I think this is not a bad idea. Okay, let's undock. Okay. Okay, I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. Now these guys, the life of these folks now is a lot better. They can back away. You know, now that I'm doing this, of course, it would have made way more sense to have done this before we... Oh, no, but then I wouldn't have got that asteroid sample I just got. So there's an upside because of that. I must have disabled some reaction wheels. This thing's barely doing anything. And they're hidden in here. And every time I use this thing... It's taking radiation damage? Oh my goodness. Okay, one thing at a time. Oh, they are running. Okay, I think I got reaction wheels issues. All right, cool. Reaction wheels have taken radiation damage. That's Kerbalism. That's interesting. We shall worry about that later. I do have an engineer board. Maybe we can do some repairs. But what I wants to do... What kind of crazy orbit are these folks going to end up in? Yeah, I thought so. So there is that. So we're going to have to do some correcting here. Let's activate our engines. I think let's delete this node. I'm all over it. What we're going to do is majorly change this trajectory. Come out this way. And try and see if we can, yeah, I want to finagle. I'm looking at my periapsis with Kerbin. This is turning into too much. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to just come on the near side here. And I'm thinking a secondary burn here. This is just rough, but a secondary burn here should get my periapsis down with Kerbin. Ooh, I don't like how big this is looking. So that we can rendezvous with the station. How much is that second maneuver costing me, though? That's 500. Okay, we're not doing that. Not doing that second maneuver. Let's see if we can plan B. This might not have been as smart as I thought. Okay, pushing this out. Might be better just to get the capture and live with it. With the way this is costing. Maybe not. Maybe not. So I'm looking at my periapsis with Kerbin there. Right, there's no way for me to come out in an equatorial orbit about Kerbin. We can deal. We got 1,300 meters per second left in this thing. So what we're going to do, let's get on that vector. I don't want to do this and end up in that crazy orbit here. So we're just going to deflect our trajectory here away from the moon. That's too much. Okay, that's enough. Okay. So these guys will just ride through. And whether I'm doing this smart or dumb, I'm not sure. But it's what I'm doing. Okay, is this engine on full thrust? Yes, and we're not driving into our asteroid. All right, let's go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We're leaving. We're leaving. This is getting too crazy for us. We're getting our tourists home. You're on your own, asteroid. Do love that plume that's coming from the waterfall mod. Good evening, Dan. Glad you could make it. I've been having my adventures with my conglomeration of parts attached to an asteroid. Who would have thunk attaching a bazillion heavy parts to an asteroid would make it hard to move it around? But these guys have had enough. They're like, no more of this. We are on our way home. We're going to sling by the moon. There's the moon over there. And head our ways back to Kerbin. Get back to the station. Get down to the surface. Call it a day because we've had enough. We've had enough of your silliness. We shan't take it no more. Okay, I think I'm calling that. So let's delete that. So we're coming by the moon here. It ain't pretty. We're going to end up in this orbit. And we're going to have to make some inclination changes and the like. But we still got 1,100 meters per second left of delta V. So these folks should be okay. And what we also got to take a look at those reaction wheels because they are certainly not working at 100%. They still have dozens of days of food. So let's add an alarm for the SOI change. And let's get back to our asteroid. So our asteroid probably is right here. Yeah. Switch to that. Okay. And me hoping Misa hoping that this is now going to be easier to sling about. So, I think I got to reset up that capture, don't I? Yes, I do. So let's set up. So we're coming in into near space. The whole plan of coming in for near space was actually just to collect science. That isn't going to happen now. So this is ill-conceived. I'll admit it. But I do want this into a 50 by 50 polar orbit. So I'm bringing this Apple-Apsis right down to 50. I do have to make a slight inclination change if I'm not mistaken. Right? Yeah, I'm in a 91. We can do that when we do our final insertion here. There we go. So the idea here is to do this capture, come up here, push this up to 50. That's going to be our orbit for this guy. And this is a 2-minute and 16-second burn. Needless to say, I'm a little nervous because this thing might not be able to sling it around super easily but we shall do our best. How am I doing for electricity? Pinned to the top, that's a good sign. It says perpetual. I don't even know where the heck the solar panel... Oh, there's this itty bitty little solar panel. Is that the... Oh, I do have a backup one. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. So, those are my solar panels. Right now, they're getting lots of sun. Okay, F5. Add a maneuver for our here. Give us... Oh, my lord. 5 minutes warning again. And F5 one more time just to be safe. Yes, I'm definitely gonna... I'm being seen in the chat to use an engineer to take a look at those reaction wheels. That is definitely in the cards. I'm definitely gonna do that, but I want to get this capture first. Get this all set up. So we're gonna come into near space about the moon for... Oh, wait a minute. What's near space about the moon? Isn't it... Oh, no, it's like 26 kilometers. Okay, so... Whatever. Maybe I'll move it at some future date. I don't know. But right now, all that, I don't care. Okay. So this is approximately a retrograde burn. Look at it, slinging around. Oh my gosh. Don't get there too quick. I might see if I can center this on the center of mass again. Oh, you know what will help? Is there any liquid fuel in this? Yes. Getting as much liquid fuel into here would be a good idea. So you don't have this pendulum bob of liquid fuel sitting out here at the end. Okay. Okay, I'm going to free this pivot. Oh boy. Where is it? There. Free that pivot. And then I should be able to put this onto the center of mass there. If that is indeed the center of mass of the asteroid, who the heck knows? Okay, lock pivot. Now, please tell me I'm controlling from the right thing too. Yeah. I got me a feeling I'm going to be spending some time making this burn. I'm not going to be able to just go to full thrust. Still 3 minutes from the burn. Near space is 60 kilometers of the moon. So when my final orbit will be in near space. So I can send some Kerbals out here in the future and do the near space thing. That's good to know. Okay, we are coming over a pole. Put that up there. You can tell by the camera shenanigans. What is in this? That's a storage container. Okay. Okay, I'm going to cautiously go to half thrust. Sort of see what happens here. Okay, doing pretty good. I'm holding on to my vector. Okay, we're going to cut that. I did that as sort of a test that I could hang on to this maneuver thingy-ma-ding. And I could. I don't know how bold. I don't think I should wait for this to get to 0. Let's start again. Go a little more than full half thrust. I'm actually rather impressed. I am. I don't here. Yeah. I am. Oh no. I can affect my. I'm staying on this. I'm able to control this. That's good. I am burning, by the way. You can barely see the exhaust. Oh, come back! Come back! Come back! I'm starting to lose it. Come back. And I do want my periapsis is safe. That's important. I'm coming up. Yep. I'm coming back onto the maneuver node. Good. 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 As long as I can get the capture, I can take my time doing everything else. Let's just hold it like this. Holding it like this. So we are in near space. Okay, good. I'm very happy that we are in near space. How many ignitions does the engine have? Oh my gosh, Rob DeVos says. I have not played Kerbalism in nearly enough time, but yes, this only has a limited number of ignitions. I had an engineer that I could have checked it out. 21 ignitions, so that's good. An engineer must have checked. Ah, that is my capture. An engineer must have checked it out. That is good to know. Thank you, Rob, for pointing that out. Because you have a limited number of ignitions on these engines with Kerbalism. Oh my gosh, haven't played this in long enough. Okay, we got a capture. That is a good sign. That is a very good sign. All right. So yeah, I'm just going to keep because this is working well. I know this is taking a little while, but I'm keeping my thrust at a little over half. I get a little bit more. Jay, maybe even a little bit less actually. Now that I'm looking, it says I'm almost up to the time that I should have started the burn. So we're going to keep going with this until our apoapsis is at 50 kilometers, and then it's going to be a very tiny burn for the final insertion. Okay, I'm glad I sent my Kerbals off on their own thing. I think that was the right plan. Because I don't think this would have gone as well with the NERV 1 sticking off the side here. Whoops. Sorry, I'm looking at my ship and not looking at my Navball enough. I'm kind of out of control here a little bit. Let's see if we can get back where we're supposed to be. I'm basically constantly... Can I show this? Where's the right... No. This one. I'm basically constantly doing something here with the yaw, the pitch, or the roll. So people can see this thing is still not easy to fly. I just realized as well, I had the ship attached at one of these docking ports on the side. Actually, it was this one, because it's got the smaller port. Which now I'm looking at it, that's kind of dumb, because I could have put it at the end. That would have made my life easier right there. But making my life easy doesn't seem to be what I excel at, so... Oh, we're going right by the maneuver node. Pin the other way, but we're getting close. We're getting close. This will make a whale of a station someday. Which is going to be the whole thing. Hello there, I like spice. I like spice. I like space in KSP. Welcome. Good to see you. Okay, we're getting close. I'm quite a ways off the maneuver node, but my apoapsis is now below 100 kilometers, so that means I am generally in the right direction. I'm just going to cut it when it gets 50. My periapsis is dropping quickly, but we're past our periapsis. Oh, no, we're not past our periapsis. I got to be careful. I'm still going downwards. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. Here, I'm just going to get ready to cut. Okay, I overdid that. I think I completely lost what the maneuver node was doing. All right, where is Mr. Sun so we can get some rays on my teeny tiny little solar panel? Well, I should be getting some okay exposure. Oh, turn the SAS off. A solar panel's taking radiation damage. I should have had a... Well, let's open up... That's why I keep a backup. Let's open up the backup. Wait a minute, this guy's not even deployed. I think everything's just old. Okay. I thought if I kept it undeployed, it wouldn't take damage. But no. No. Okay. I'm happy with that. Not the prettiest of orbits, but it ain't terrible. Okay, we're going to put a maneuver here. My periapsis isn't too low, no. And we're going to put this up to 50 by 50. Or thereabouts. That's fine. And I also want to take a look at our inclination. Our predicted inclination is 91 degrees. Let's see if we can fix that. Which way is going to fix our inclination at the same time? That way. Get that inclination at... Doing this at the same time as this prograde burn is not going... It's not going to add much to it. Okay, so inclination 90.0. That's good enough. We're going to leave that. Okay, so that burn's coming up in 26 minutes. We're still... These guys aren't leaving their SOI yet, so we are good. We got one more job for you, and then that should be that. What is happening, says Natalia. Natalia, I am trying to put this asteroid into this polar orbit so that I can, in the future, start building a space station off of this crazy truss thing here. We did have Kerbals on here, but they had enough, and they're on their way home. They are... There they are. They're like, we're out of here. And then I got to get those folks back to Kerbin. So that's everything that's sort of going on. There's a lot going on, I have to say. And it's turning into, as is typical, more of an adventure than I anticipated. But the job seems to be getting done. That's what's important. And actually, at the beginning, if you recall, there was a lot of kind of goofiness going on with the time warp and everything. That seems to have sorted itself out. Because now the time warp actually goes down to 1 the way it's supposed to. Before it wasn't doing that. As well, you may recall that if I went to orbital view, things were all shaky. Well, they might still be a little shaky. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't get ahead of myself. Okay, getting up to that maneuver. Sorry, I see a... Really got the spam happening today. Where is my ship? Okay, here we are. I gotta admit, when it comes to this, the spam porn, I'm curious as to who are the people that actually click on those things. I'm not judging people for porn. I'm just saying you can go find porn. It's not like it's hard. Why do you need to react to, oh my gosh, porn? I didn't know you could get the internet. I didn't know you could get porn on the internet. Well, thank you, Spambot. All right, where are we going here? Okay, so I'm just trying to get onto that maneuver node. We'll do this final bit of this insertion. Something down there on the surface. I've done very little around the moon. Not nearly as much as I potentially could. Okay. Where am I at? Oh my gosh. All right, so we're almost at our maneuver. Sorry, I'm playing whack-a-mole with spam bots at the same time. But let's do this maneuver first. Why is that always on target? Because I always sit that on target. Okay. Oh, let's go. Look at the little flame inside the bell. Just noticed that for the first time. That's kind of neat. Okay. Again, I'm losing the maneuver node, but I think I'm just going to reduce this. I'm going for 50 by 50, and hopefully my inclination's pretty close to what it's supposed to go to be. It's what it's supposed to be to go by, you know. Okay, what do we got here? I got 50 by 49 and inclination of 89.96. I'm fine. I'm going to call that. That is done. That's an asteroid in orbit about the moon again. That's where this whole thing started from. Hopefully we'll form a good base for a station. I'll attach a lander to it, and we're going to try starting exploiting the moon. But in the meantime, I do have to get these folks back home. All right. Hello, peoples. All right, so let's see here. These folks are still 40 minutes away. Let's get an engineer. So we're starting to take radiation damage on everything. This is an old craft. Let's get out an engineer. So EVA. Again, I'm going to look. Do we have monopropellant? Nope. This might turn into a problem. So that was Steven, our engineer. We give max. All I'm doing is swapping EVA packs. No monopropellant. Okay. Let's go. I'm really worried actually because I've done this now a few times that Kerbalism sees all of these as empty. And if that's the case, I think my ability to EVA... Okay, let's... There is monopropellant aboard. There it is right there. And I'm not exactly sure why. They're all there. Unfortunately, those are my only monopropellant. I was hoping maybe I could move them to somewhere else, but where there's monopropellant being stored and that suddenly Kerbalism would see it. I think the problem is the capsule, says Eduardo, and I agree. These capsules don't hold monopropellant, and I think there's... I mean, it should be taking them from these containers here, but I've got me a feeling that that's where the problem is lying, that somehow... But I'm not... I'm just checking these inventory containers if I happen to have another EVA pack just kind of kicking around. I don't have them, and unfortunately the tourists don't carry EVA packs, right? No, they carry nothing. Oh, so I think I'm gonna have to get back to the station before I can check out what's going on here. So no more EVAs. We are doing... I think it is a bug. But in the meantime, let's get out of here. And hopefully we can still get this thing back to the moon. Or back to the moon, back to Kerbin, without any other incidences.